Welcome to One in a Miller. Hey y'all, and welcome to the One in a Miller podcast. I'm Neosha.
I'm Justin.
And we appreciate you guys tuning in with us today. We need to do a little bit of housekeeping as always. Please give us a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to our channel so you always know when we upload and you can come back and hang out with us, okay? All right, y'all. So we watched it. We tuned in and watched The Unknown Number, The High School Catfish, one of Netflix's newest documentaries that's hot off.
Netflix is.
Is it? How do you say that?
One Netflix new series.
Netflix. But it's possessive. So I have to add
I don't know.
A new series
Clearly,
on Netflix.
I good at English.
A new series on Netflix, and y'all, we're sitting down and telling you guys all about it.
Warning, this video contains spoilers. So if you haven't watched the show, be sure to bookmark this video, watch the show, and then come right back to us. Back to the show.
Thank you, Justin.
Right. Right. I'm a professional at that, really.
All right, so
That's my calling.
So this documentary follows a young girl. Her name is Lauren, and also her boyfriend, Owen. And I believe at the time of this, they're about 13, 14 years old. On an October night, Halloween night, there's a Halloween party, and both of the kids receive a text message in a group chat, okay? In the group message, it's saying, Lauren, Owen's going to cheat on you. He wants me. He doesn't want you because Owen was invited to the Halloween party, but unfortunately Lauren was not. All right, so the messages continue for a little while, and then all of a sudden they just kind of stop. But then after some time passes, the messages start back again, and they come back with a vengeance. Now the messages are more graphic, they're more sexual in nature. Lauren is pretty much being slut-shamed, if you really want to be honest. They have pictures of her. They're calling her a 304. I mean, it's just very vulgar. She's being called out of her name. Talking about her lack of athletic ability, just really mean and bully type,
all kind of stuff,
just bullying type messages. And also talking about how she's with Owen and this young girl cannot satisfy him.
We keep talking about cream,
right?
Cream. We ain't talking about oatmeal cream.
And just remember, they're 13, so this is the kind of messages that they are receiving. So the messages, like I said, they're getting worse and they're becoming more frequent, so the parents get involved. They go to the school, and when I say parents, I'm talking about Lauren's mom and Owen's mom. They go to the school, they try to get the principal to help, they try to get the superintendent to help, they set up surveillance cameras, all this, that, and the other. But long story short, there's only so much that the school can really do, so essentially that leads them to nothing. Now the messages evolve into telling Lauren that she needs to send herself to the sweet by and by, okay? And continuously to get more vulgar, more sexual. So at this point, the parents are like, the school's not doing anything, so we're going to the sheriff. The sheriff gets involved. He ain't worth a bag of nickels, but he does his little investigations for like 20 months. At 20 months, he's investigating, and it ends up in nothing. So the sheriff's like, I gotta call Scooby-Doo and the gang, okay? So he goes, calls the big dogs, all right? The big dogs come in, all right? And so the sheriff does this because the townspeople at this point, they're all turning against each other. There's only like 100 people in the town, and now they're all like pointing like the Spider-Man meme, like, you did it, you did it, you did it. Any like small piece of evidence that points to somebody, everybody's like, oh yeah, I could see her doing it. And they're all, it's turning into chaos. So the big dogs come in, they retrace this, they click on that, they subpoena this, they get what is it called, search warrants for that. They're looking up the IP addresses, they connect the dot to the dot, slingshot, whatever, and in like 2 months we find out who's been sending all these horrible messages to this young girl, and it turns out to be Lauren's mom.
No, 2 years.
2 years. No, yeah. I'm saying the FBI came in the last FBI 2 months. And wow, what a piece of crazy pie Kendra is. And that's Lauren's mom's name, Kendra. So that's where we are. So before we jump into like each character and all this stuff, how did you feel finding out that it was Kendra that sent the message?
I think within like first 15 minutes, didn't I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like About 15 minutes.
I'm surprised that it took other people that long.
Well,
to like figure because I remember whenever I was watching it, because you were kind of watching it but not really. I said, "Ooh," and I pointed out something about her, and then I said, "Ooh, something about her I don't like."
But the backstory to that, though, the way they dramatized the documentary made it seem that way. Mm-hmm. But of course, like after you watch it, and of course you get all these takes on different social media platforms, people say they already knew it was her anyway. Mm-hmm. But you know, I want to be careful what I say, but when you see certain looks, if you live long enough, you know what people are capable of. And so I think that that really didn't shock me, honestly. But you know, I think the dramatization of it, I think not just the dramatization, but the actual finality of that situation is insane as well. Because you know, as many jokes that we have cracked and probably will crack on a lady, she should be a registered offender. Because honestly, it's beyond stalking. She didn't get prosecuted for anything sexual, and everything she said was sexual. I mean, the self-deleting stuff is crazy as well, but the sexual stuff is insane to a kid. Now, I will say again, Netflix, the way that they made this thing, you had to kind of listen closely to it. The documentary, you got to listen closely to it because the setting is when the young lady Lauren was 13, but by the end of that documentary, I think she's like 18, and it talks about her going to college to study criminology, which is
ironic,
impressive, because her mom's situation. But they also kind of try to make it seem like she's talking to her mom, but they don't.
Yeah,
it was wild all the way around.
My brain cannot comprehend a lot of what happened in that documentary, and I'm actually happy that it can't, because I've been saying this a lot. There's certain things that I don't want to be able to understand, because I feel like at the point of me understanding it, like I'm kind of like mental. I feel like I'm part of the crew, and this is a situation that I feel very strongly about in that way. I don't want to understand why Kendra would do something like this. I don't want to understand how a mom could do this to their child. And even when she tried to give us her reasonings why, it still doesn't make sense, and it still doesn't justify you doing this to your daughter. But before we get too hard on Kendra, let's rewind and go to Owen's mama. And I can't remember her name. I think it was Jill, if I'm not mistaken. If I were Jill, every time I saw Kendra, I'm windmilling. I'm fighting her. I don't care. You talk to me like I'm that Trey Taylor, daddy, lock him up, and is me. Lock me up, because every time I see Kendra, I am fighting her. Yeah. If I'm not fighting her, I'm saying something slick. I don't care. I don't care. And I'm not even somebody who's violent, but every time I would see her.
You talking about after the lockup, or you talking about before?
After I found out that it was her that's been sending my son these messages. My son's talking about he's so stressed that he wants to. Every time I see you, because of everything you did, and it's gross, you're a predator, I have to fight you. I'm sorry, I got to beat you up.
I will say,
if I don't fight you every time, we're at least going to get it one time.
Yeah, I will say my perspective, a lot of this series could have been ended in 5 minutes with everybody getting that number changed.
Well, Jill hit on that. She said, like, yeah, we could get the number changed, but at the end of At the end of the day, they wanted to find out who it is. I do have a note about that, because me personally, after I see the stress in my son and the change in his actions and stuff like that, and not just my son but my child, I feel like I would have been like, just give me the phone.
I don't want to know who that is.
Like, just give me the phone.
Like I'm saying, like the first couple or whatever. I don't know. Like, to me, my brain just, again, like you said, alluded to, my brain don't take me there, so I don't really know.
I just feel
like, even as a kid, I don't think I would have went that far. I was like, man, if you don't get back, watch out.
Or at some point, you could just ignore him. I mean, I understand, like, you get, like, I mean, I feel like, but you have to think at 13, really. Like, I'm having to go back to my 13-year-old self and think about it, because we're thinking about it as logical adults. it doesn't make sense to
I'm
us
thinking
because
about that as my 13-year-old
but as like my 13-year-old self, I don't think I probably would have indulged in it a little bit longer than I needed to.
I wouldn't like that.
I probably been like, oh my God, who is this? Why are you texting me this?
Absolutely
like
not.
Things like that. Maybe that's a female in me, and you're being a guy.
Well, you know, I think it depends on what environment you grew up in.
Right.
Like mine, I'm like, bro, this ain't nobody for real.
Right.
Get back.
And then, but like just going back to where we were, like honestly, really and truly, like if it were you and me and we had a child and they were going through this, I'd just be like, give me the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the phone. If I get you a new phone, only me, dad, your grandma, your auntie can have the number.
Yeah, because I feel like that's easy to pinpoint down.
Right.
And then even like with the, like they say there's a 2-year investigation. Like to bring the FBI in, I think they would have like the FBI nipped it in the bud in 2 months. We could have been there. But again, that's like small town stuff though. Because like you probably know the police probably know you. They probably thinking, oh, whoever said gonna chill out.
Right.
And, settle it down and.
Because that's my thing too with Kendra and her being just as Looney Tunes as she is at the point, and I even said this to you, at the point that the police get involved, why wouldn't you just stop? Like why couldn't you or wouldn't you stop? Let me go back to Jill too. And I think the reason why I would want to fight Kendra, in addition to all the other stuff, is because, like I told you, she just reminds me of that girl that stole my cell phone. Okay.
Yeah.
The girl so when I was in high school, this side story has nothing to do with anything, but when I was in high school, y'all, I had gotten a brand new phone. It was a flip phone. It was the brand new phone that had just put a camera on it. It was blue, singular. Okay, singular wireless. This is back when what is it now? AT&T was orange. Okay, this is how far back we're going.
Orange, that little thing.
I went to basketball camp. Put my cell phone in my book bag. Did the basketball camp. Came back. Had just got the phone. I hadn't even had it like 2 months. Came back to my book bag. And my phone wasn't there. I don't remember the young lady's name, but she was by my side, glued to my hip, helping me look for my phone. And I believe it was her. And if it was you, just know I have beef with you after all these years. I've been out of school almost 15 years at this point, and this happened maybe 20 years ago. I still got beef, and I still remember you helping me look for my cell phone. I know you took it. So Kendra, you just like that girl, okay? You seen him by my side helping me look for the culprit, and the whole time the culprit is you. That's a lesson.
Yeah.
People, whoever's helping you look the hardest is usually the guilty party.
Right, that's who got you.
Shoot, because that's a mess. How do you come in my house and like, oh my God, let me help find who it is, and it's
went up
you.
To the school, got you looking
that's
foolish.
Some good acting.
Got you
like, do you know how good of an actor you have to do?
That's where I say, like, too, you have to be, as adults, we have to be, like, non-small townish, that's where accountability comes in. Because once you actually get caught, I would be trying to bring all pieces of justice to the courts of what she's done. And not just she went to jail for a year and a half, and she back on the prowl. No red dot in it. No counseling.
Nothing. No mandatory.
No diagnosis. Nothing at all. You just back on the scene.
Because she needs to be in an insane asylum.
Yeah, that's being serious.
Yeah.
Like you know, when your chin and neck
all one
piece, because we got bigger fish to fry. You need to make it 2 pieces. That's step 1. And on that phone like that with them teeth.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not finna. You being bad, and I'm not. I was about to indulge, but I'm not.
When you on that phone like that, you know what time it is. And you sit in the dark, and you just played it. So your husband think you going to work. You going to work on that phone.
Dang, I felt bad for the dad. I felt so bad for him because once again, I'm not violent, but if I would have saw him haul off and hit her, I'm not a proponent of domestic violence at all. But I'm saying if he would have hit her, I'd been like, dang, I get it. I understand. And oh man. And the way that she is such a I'm getting mad. And I'm trying not to get mad, and I'm trying to be able to express myself without anger. Because the way that she was hugging on Lauren as they were telling Lauren, like, yeah, it's been your mama this whole time. Like, it made me uncomfortable. I think that's one part I know for sure I made you pause, and I was just like, do you see this? Yeah. Like, look at what she's doing.
I wouldn't really call it a hug. I almost a headlock.
Like, you can't, like, this man is telling me that my mom is the person that's been telling me to off myself, and I can't process my feelings because it's almost like the police told you it was Owen that did it, and my mom's coming in to comfort me.
Well, I heard this theory too, and I think that it just holds weight in this situation. Is I think if the little girl would have self-deleted herself, I think at the point that the mom was at that point, she really would have been in jail for life. If like, but I think she would have. Like if that little girl was self-deleted herself, I think she would have killed the husband and killed herself, and then like just blew the whole family up. I think she's capable.
You think Kendra would to not get caught?
Yeah, I think she was capable of that. Like I heard somebody else say that.
I can see it.
That ain't no original thought. I heard somebody else say it when they were talking about like how deep it could have gone.
Yeah.
And I think it would have went. I think it would have went there. In that situation, because like I said, she going hard to pay for a 13-year-old boy. He was last year. He was 12.
Literally,
this is his first year of the team.
You're cutting his steak up. You're taking Lauren to like out of town games and stuff. Like you're
she ain't like even that deep.
Jill, if you're watching this, Jill, please. I don't know what the statute of limitations is, but go file some kind anything that got to do with sex. You need to charge her with. I don't know what she can be charged with at this point, but you need to find something. Go get a lawyer and charge her with this because she needs to go to jail. In the words of Funky Dineva, she needs to go because the 19 months didn't do anything. She has no remorse. She sat out there and said, laughing. She was laughing, talking about the only difference between you and me, Craig, was that I got caught.
Right.
Like woman, like lady, like come on. Though. And then when they asked her about Lauren and the possibility of like self-deleting, she said, "Oh, I knew she wouldn't do it." No, you don't. Because you and I both work with kids. And I feel like in the space that we work in, there's a lot of times, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, there's a lot of times I've heard a kid say, man, I can't tell my mom, I can't tell my dad because they would get mad. They trust outside people more than they trust their parents. And I mean, that's something for us to, keep in consideration, when or if we grow a family, is that like, there's certain things that kids are battling that we don't always know because they don't always feel comfortable enough to tell us. And so for you to say, oh, I know for a fact she wouldn't do that. No, you don't. You don't. That girl, Lauren, poor thing, she looked defeated. Like she looked like a kid. And, we were talking about somebody else and I was just like, you can just see the spark going. Yeah. You can see it leaving from them. And she looked like a kid that had like the spark was gone. She had nothing, which I'm pretty sure at this point she may be on like antidepressants or something like that to help deal with the situation. But man, I just couldn't.
Right, because when she come out of that, like when she actually come to grips with it, she gonna need some deep therapy. Because it's one thing to get betrayed by like a friend or somebody you don't know, even a relative that's not in your home. Yeah, you can deal with that. But with that being your blood mother, she was in the womb, and you connect to him in a different way. Like that's beyond crazy, and so and then it'll make you question. A
lot, like everything, because
now I'm going through a crisis. Look at how your mama looked, and then what she done did.
Joseph,
I mean, that would make me question so much of my existence.
I wonder because she doesn't look like either one of her parents.
Yeah, she kind of looked like oh man, what was that old cartoon?
Are you talking about Lauren?
Yeah, her mom. It was a yellow character.
Huh?
It was like Ernie. Was it Ernie and Bert?
I don't know Ernie and Bert.
I can't remember.
Ernie and Bert were on Sesame Street.
Yeah, she liked that yellow thing. It was just one piece.
Okay.
It ain't Big Bird though. I know. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah,
it may be Ernie and Bert.
Stuff like that. But then even like when you look at the show to keep this thing moving because we kind of down off, but to keep it moving, when you look at the scene because we didn't see the whole house. When you look at the scene and the kitchen table is covered in all alcohol bottles, we know what kind of scene that is. Yep. And so you gotta just like question yourself. But then it's like even like we can use the Lauren thing as one, but husband as well. And I know I've seen people talk about like him, like how could you not know this?
Right. We talked about this the other day, yeah.
But at the same time, when you married, regardless of what the outside world feel, you should feel like, okay, I can trust this person.
Right.
So if you got to check behind who you married to and all that, obviously you don't trust them.
Right.
And then, which in his case, and they moved 3-4 times before that, he probably shouldn't have.
Right.
But at the same time, when you drowning in debt, you drowning in bills.
You're just trying to get that money.
All that, you ain't got time doing all that. So, I mean, she blew up her family in more than one way.
Right.
Like, the boy thing is 1. Your daughter relationships 2. You clearly divorce your husband 3. Then your husband and daughter got to get a relationship and
rebuild. Yeah, rebuild.
That's 4.
Yeah. And
you out here on that. You might have been on that power.
I think that would have been a better excuse or a reason. If she would have been
drug free and you did this drug free.
Sober.
It's over with.
I came with this with my sober mind. like I
follow through with it.
Man, I would have almost been like, oh, okay, I can understand that. If you're like, man, I used to do that Whitney Houston, that Whitney Bobby, and man, every time I did it, I just picked up the phone and went. I'm like, okay, we can give you a little bit of something.
But she was locked in.
The way she was in that phone, and really too, the judge should not be allowed around electronic devices. I'm being so serious. Like that should be a phone that dial up.
You gotta have
nothing smart. I'm talking about the flip. Nothing smart. Really, because she's an internet bully.
I mean, that joker became a track coach to get close to Cub.
Okay, so then her cousin talked about, because I'm having trouble, once again, I don't understand it at all, but I'm also having trouble deciphering, is this something that she did for attention, or is this something she did to get closer to Owen? Because the two, though there are things that can exist at the same time, I don't think that those two things can exist at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that you could be wanting attention and then you want to get with Owen at the same, together.
I think she, from when she was telling her story, she was probably grew up.
Let me get in the mic, which was a bunch of bull crap, by the way.
She probably grew up not very pleasing to the eye. And so
this is the third time. You didn't hit on it 3 times.
I mean, very tough on them. So, I mean, when you like that, she's probably thinking like, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, not being pleased to the eyes, so she probably never had the spotlight. Even being married.
Her husband's not bad looking.
I feel like she probably has, but you got to think, even with that, she probably has felt that insecurity for 20 years and then got married and probably still felt like, I still don't really get seen. Because some people have more of a desire to be seen than to be loved. They just think that it's love because it's masked and that, because that's what we're conditioned to think, versus like, I'm secure with this person want me, they love me, and I'm good with it. Sometimes that ain't enough. It's actually a lot of people like that. Like that's why they love weddings. They may get married 2-3 times. They just want to be on the scene. They want to be like a vampire sucking that energy of like, the spotlight is on me.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're not attractive. Maybe you had a child early. Maybe for whatever reason, you became a ghost to society.
Right.
And when we had kids, like, we don't have them yet, but one thing people always mention is like, when you have kids, most people ask to check on your kids, don't check on you.
True.
So your kids become the centerpiece. And so when your child coming up, she's growing to a pretty young lady. She got a boyfriend. This dude is athletically gifted. He's also decent on the school totem pole, I guess, from what I could kind of tell, of being popular, be a good athlete. And your daughter has captured that, well, a sense of, I'm not a psychologist, so don't take it like that. I'm not, in the words of Dr. Umar, I'm not psychologizing. But I'm taking it as you get infatuated with that, you try to relive that. And so that's why you disassociated that from being your daughter to like, this is just a girl in a way.
Yeah.
And you level both of y'all on the same level and say, this is the prize we're going at. Because if he liked my daughter, obviously he liked me looking how I'm looking. And so that all goes back to, we just don't know what happened when she was 13. Because they didn't interview nobody but that one cousin. Now, out of a whole family, I would think, Millers, that if I was on any channel today, I would think I got at least 5 family members. Like, oh yeah, just that.
They don't want the world to know that I'm related to this nut.
If one person say, I gotta be the spokesperson for all of you,
I don't want you.
I know what time it is. We know what type of time we on. And even she could say with straight face, she said, yeah, she liked that attention.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what we're dealing with. So you slipped into a relationship, slipped into having a child, and then your child became everything that you ain't. And so you blew that up.
So with your therapizing,
I'm cooking right now, so you might get me while I'm in the zone.
With your therapizing of that, I'm going to assume to believe that you don't believe the Munchausen.
I don't even know what the Munches is. I know what the Munches are. I don't know what the
Munchausen. I think they called it like digital Munchausen syndrome. Okay, from what I gather, so Munchausen is basically where you do something to somebody, and they have to like need you.
Oh, like being a hero?
Kind of, sort of. I know I'm not explaining it well, but yes. Like,
you talking about a child, or you talking about the dude?
No, I'm talking about Kendra. So Kendra is texting and attacking Lauren.
So that independent.
So that Lauren then turns around and is like, "Mom, look at this," and now she feels needed.
What she need is a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying is her diagnosis.
Oh no, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
I'm from 1900. Bullying. I keep it simple. All I know is simple terms. Bullying. Trying to be a hero. Get on. I don't know. Nobody know Munchausen.
Well, you said trying to be a hero. That's essentially Munchausen.
So I mean, like, I feel it. I don't believe it though.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. No.
I don't know. I use terms that was normal.
You just threw it out there and saw if it stuck. Okay, I feel it.
I'm throwing them all at the wall. Schizo.
Bipolar.
Right.
Manic.
Depression. I mean, I don't know.
She could be. The way that she's addicted to the phone, she probably is.
Yeah. When you look at your phone like that, I'm not going to do it. We'll put a picture up. When you look at your phone like that, man, you own something.
Justin.
But to do that soberly is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Let's talk about Chloe. So Chloe's a young girl whose dad was a police officer, and they're actually the ones that throw the Halloween party every year.
Yeah, her mama dressed up as the girl that woman shit.
Right. So Chloe is the one who they initially accused because somehow Kendra was able to ping her IP address to like Florida when they were going vacationing and all this, that, and the other. So I just want to hit on Chloe throwing them carrots at that girl. Do you think this has nothing to do with it? This is so separate. Did you not watch that part?
No. I mean, I'll probably watch it and blew through it.
Okay, so they were talking about how it possibly could have been Chloe because Chloe was a bully.
Well, yeah, I figured that.
Okay, so
I put that together.
So they said that Chloe threw carrots at the Adriana girl, the one who said that the police talked to her and now she's scared of the police.
Oh, okay.
So they're saying that she threw carrots. So in the interview, Chloe was like, they claim I threw carrots at her. Do you think Chloe threw the carrots at that girl?
Yeah, she should have thrown carrots at anybody. Whatever it should have been Lauren. That girl mama, because she Bugs Bunny. She ready for her to eat it. But
she's definitely a bully.
I was at beat it.
She hold on, let me say this.
Yeah.
On the Netflix documentary, she came off very sweet and very nice. But I have seen some TikToks of her and her mask slip, and I'm like, oh, everything they said you did.
Like, but I mean, like at the same time, everybody got bullies.
Yeah.
But her parents are also bullies.
It's true.
So the apple don't fall from the tree.
I agree.
I mean, so I that don't really bother me. I mean, her character doesn't bother me because bully or not, if you wrong, you wrong.
No matter how big of a bully she is, she's not.
Oh, yeah, did you hear it?
It was my stomach.
Oh,
my stomach, my period comes on.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it scared me. I was
just, my stomach.
It sounded so close. I thought I needed the gun.
Anyways, no matter how big of a bully Chloe is, she'll never top Kendra.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, even though she's a bully, like, y'all just throwing a label on her that it's her. Even if a bully break down and tell you, like, I ain't on this level, like, I'm crying.
Right.
Like, come on now.
You gotta believe them.
Like, I'm like, all right, well, you straight.
Have y'all ever seen the show Awkward? I know you haven't. I know for a fact you haven't. So it's this show that came on MTV. I'm showing my age. It came on, like, way back when. Maybe, like, 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. I feel like I was still in high school. Well, I may have been in college. But this scenario reminds me of the show Awkward because I really like the show. And in the TV show, this girl Jenna, she's getting letters. I believe it's letters, or maybe she's getting text. No, it's letters. She's getting letters from somebody who's pretty much doing the same thing. Like, you're nothing. Nobody likes you. You're a lame, and whatever. So they think that she tries to send herself to the sweet by and by because while she's in the bathroom and the water's running, she like slips and falls and hit, like she was not trying to, but she like slipped and fell and like broke her arm, and at the same time like curling irons fell in the bathtub, and she's like sitting there on the floor when her parents bust in, and it just looks like she was trying to do that.
Yeah, I got you.
And so so the show goes on through the season trying to figure out like who did it, and it ended up being her mom because like her mom was like real popular back in the day, got the quarterback husband, they got married, and like Jenna was just not that. She was like very not popular. She didn't do the cheerleading or anything. She was artsy, that kind of thing. And so this movie or this documentary reminded me a lot about that.
Yeah, but like that's like on par though. Even with that, like even in this doc, that's like on par for small town. Because like it ain't nothing else to do. So like you only live on who you used to be.
Like
don't nobody care. We grown.
Right.
Like to me, that's like me. Like I went to it might not be huge to a lot of people, but like in Mississippi, it's one of the biggest schools, Tupelo, and there's too many people to be stuck in the same.
Right.
Like you have to evolve into something else, and like as you grow and you grow out, so maybe you move. Like you always judge yourself on different totem poles versus, oh, I'm in the same town I grew up in. I'm judging myself to the ex prom queen,
right?
Like, and now we got kids, and we subconsciously battling those to see who's gonna be most popular, or do they run this group to that group, and that's kind of how I look at it. So I mean, I think that's on par.
I think another sad part about all this is that we'll never know who Lauren would have truly been. Because like now the trajectory she was going on, like unscathed, it's not that anymore. So now the Lauren that is evolving is a Lauren that's having to come out of like being burnt to like a raven or a phoenix.
Yeah, but I think she's gonna.
I think she's gonna be great. Like her life is, she's gonna be able to overcome. But who would she have been without those scars?
Yeah, but I think sometimes we can say that, but I think sometimes that makes a person greater.
True.
Because you're forced to be. And so I think that it's unfortunate, but we never know what different people have to go through in order to become who they meant to become. And with this documentary, the opportunities that she will be afforded could be so much greater than just being a little girl grew up in Blue Lagoon, wherever. Okay, Bill, America. We don't even know what it is.
Michigan.
So nowhere, Michigan. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, most of us are nameless in this lifetime. And where we come from is nameless.
Right.
Like, you know, Tupelo, Mississippi has got Elvis. But then if I told y'all, hey, do y'all know somebody, this ain't no knock to it, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head, do you know anybody from Michigan, Mississippi? You know, I don't even know what it is. And so, I mean, you come from nowhere.
Walnut.
And so, yeah, right. And so, you know, you take that, and she could be the girl that becomes something.
Name on the map.
Yeah, and I mean, could change the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she may even be the reason that the police change.
True.
She could be, you
know, like Amber Alert.
Yeah, I mean, because you think you let, and I don't think, you know, with the documentary, I'll wrap my part up by saying, well, I don't know how much more we got, but
this is pretty much it.
I'll say this is like, sometimes the court doesn't get things right, but the court of public opinion is way worse than a jail cell. So when people see, I'm sure that woman gonna change her name. So when people see that, or they see her come in there looking like she's looking,
yeah,
and we know how she looking.
That's number 5.
They gonna say,
you can't work for me. I hope her parents have a business.
This is private property. It's the state. This ain't no state property. This is private property. That's what they gonna say. And so she got to deal with that. And that to me is way worse than anything you can get going into the system.
Yeah, I really do hope that she has.
She got to deal with her desires too. I'm gonna say that too. She got to deal with her desires.
Yeah,
because she really desiring kids underage. We got to figure that out.
Does she desire kids, or does she desire that kid, or does she only want him because her daughter had him?
Or does she desire her daughter life? What I was gonna say.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, like there's a lot. That's a lot that we have to get figured out. But I'm really upset. You know, the sentencing, the judge did what he could, gave her the max or whatever. But I'm really upset that nothing else was ordered after that, because the person that appeared on TV doesn't seem like somebody who is going through therapy, who is working through and trying to better themselves. She just seemed like somebody that's like, oh, I did it. I served my time.
Yeah, she ain't finna do that.
And like that's that.
Everybody say we all commit crime.
Right.
I know what you on.
This last part, and I'm gonna say this to kind of wrap things up. Yeah. I really hope that Lauren continues to distance herself from her. And I know that's probably hard to do because that is her mom. There is a unconditional love that is there for our parent. And I can't say that I would be able to just cut my mama off if I found out. As an adult, yes, absolutely. But as a child, I don't know if I would be able to do that to cut my mom off. And so I hope that she is strong enough and she has a good support system to talk to her mom when she's strong enough to talk to her. Because I think right now, because I want to say I read somewhere where when she was in the interview in the pink, they said that she was like 17, but when she came back and did the interview in the gray, she was 19. So there's like a
because you can look at her facial maturity and body maturity.
So the way that she was talking when she was in the pink sounded like I'm still a kid and I'm trying. I want to just get back to my mom. but the way that she shifted the narrative when she was in the gray shows me like, oh, okay, she's starting to get some thick skin, because she was like, well, I'll talk to her when the time's right. Yeah. I hope she gets help. So I hope that she continues to grow in that way and doesn't talk to her mom too soon, because if she's not strong enough to block that out, then her mom is going to be able to manipulate and come back into her life in an unhealthy way.
Well, her mom also, can I say one thing? Her mom is also blessed. And I know a lot of y'all probably looking like Neosha looking right now. What is he talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
She's blessed. Because I know when I was 13, I would have socked her in her face.
Your mama?
For sure.
Your mama?
When that police said, your mama been telling you to kill yourself. Wow!
Your mama.
Neosha, when I was 13, I was very violent.
Well, yeah, well, that's, yeah.
And like I said,
but like your life is, your life was different then, yeah.
And with Lauren, not Lauren, what's her name?
Kendra,
she is blessed. She got a non-violent child that just could take it and just dissociate. Because I know a bunch of kids that would have went upside her head when they said they would have been head locking.
But she didn't even give her time to hear it.
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't even process.
That's what I'm saying. You know some kids that would have said, "Hold on,
what you say?"
Right, back up.
No, she didn't even give her time to process it. Lauren probably didn't process that stuff till they were in the courtroom.
Mm-mm.
She didn't process it till she was in the courtroom and like, all day, my mama really did this.
And like I said, really, really, truly, it was a small town, and this is me being serious. But it was a small town because, and I had a friend, and you know, if you watching this, you know you know who you are. But he used to work on the social work side of things, and really in that moment when they broke the news, what she needed was a child psychologist present. Mm-hmm. Bill. So next time y'all deal with kids, make sure somebody is present. She would have had it in a separate room,
right, to
kind of break it down so her little brain could have understood it. Because her frontal lobe, today ain't even connected, so she still don't really know for real. But and I'm telling you, when it connect, y'all, I got so calm because you just learn life.
Are you calm?
But yeah, I'm very today.
I'm kidding.
I mean, in comparison,
I'm being facetious. Because you hyped up all the time.
But really. you know, your system. This is so. I'm a person that dealt with a lot of stuff, and Neosha as well. But like when you go through stuff like that, anything really that's traumatic, it rewires your whole system, from your nervous system, how your hormones and stuff, all this stuff, your brain plasticity, all that stuff. And so, like I said, with little girl, I'm glad she's going to study criminology. But at the same time, she may not ever watch this podcast, but that's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to be quiet because I'll talk all night. I'll talk about this all day and half the night. Don't go chasing ghosts because you'll never find them. People that chase ghosts, cool if you do that as a hobby, but, don't go chasing ghosts because what you're going to do is end up disappointing yourself and you'll never find it.
Right.
You'll never not have a reason. You can go and get a degree in psychology, you get a doctorate in psychology, you can be a 20-year clinical psychologist and probably never understand why your mama did what she did. You can lock up half the world and never understand why the system handled it the way it handled that case. And so you can't chase those ghosts. All you can do is come to grips with it.
And grow from it.
Yeah, overcome that. And don't blame yourself because she's crazy.
Yeah.
And then move on.
Right. Because the parent you would be chasing at that point is no more. Who your mom was when you were 5, 10.
And when y'all reconnect, she ain't gonna more likely ain't gonna be there. And when
because she doesn't know you.
Yeah, and when she was talking on that show, she was so, and I hate to use the word because it's so overused and overblown, but she was really kind of narcissistic. So even when you even when you reconnect, more than likely she's still gonna manipulate you into thinking. It's like dealing with a criminal.
Thinking that you're the same little girl.
Well, it's like dealing with a criminal.
Yeah.
They will talk soft to you, but they're a whole serial killer behind that Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
Wayne Gacy.
Right.
What's the other guy? Ted Bundy.
I don't know.
These guys, when you talk to them on the news, they come across soft.
Yeah, very charismatic. Yeah.
But then on the scene, right, in the dark, it's a whole other person. I mean, this is stuff that you have to, when you meet her and y'all, if you do try to reintroduce it, because at some point, this is why I say it, because everybody going to have an opinion, but this is the reality. At some point, you're going to have kids. They're going to say, what's my grandma was like?
Well, gosh, I didn't even think about
Don't give her your number.
Jesus.
Because she might tell you.
God.
She might tell you so crazy.
I didn't even think about kids.
You're going to reconnect.
Oh God.
Or that part of you wants to connect, and you still got to cut that off, or you got to have a boundary,
for
or
sure.
you got to have whatever.
Yeah.
She can't even FaceTime the kid.
No.
She might tell.
Or if you FaceTime them, I have to be because I can't trust.
So that's what I'm saying.
You can't be alone with my kids. That's a lifetime of God.
It's stuff that just So don't go chasing them ghosts.
Yeah, Lauren, baby girl, you are strong, and you are gonna be able to get through.
And you blessed because I ain't gonna crack no joke.
Don't cry.
But she blessed.
Because you finna go for number 6. I already know where you're going. You are beautiful. You deeply and wonderfully made. And I know that is a cliche. And people have probably told you a million, trillion, billion times. But you are amazing. And I wish nothing but the best from you. Don't let the mistakes or the transgressions of your mother feel like it's a burden that you have to bear, because you do not. Live life and go out and be great. And when the time comes for you to talk to your mom, be strong. And if something don't feel right, listen to that intuition. And if you don't want to see her, you don't want to see her. I mean, she has to, though she has served her time, she hasn't served her time when it comes to you. And you hold that ball in your court. And if you just want to give her a piece, give her a piece. And if you want to give her a whole slice, you can give her a whole slice. But that is at your discretion. People can't harm you and then tell you how to respond.
Right.
And that's just point blank period in that. And no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain. You don't have to elaborate, because she already knows. No. And if you want to, you can say, because you crazy. But you don't have to even tell her, because she knows she something up here is loose. So Lauren, I wish nothing but the best for you and your future. And I hope to hear that you out there doing the thing, years down the line. We're probably going to forget about this. You know how social media is, but hopefully, 5-10 years we hear, Lauren, you remember the girl from the documentary? Right. She done graduated, and now she's doing this. And we're like, oh, okay, shout out, cut up, girl, woo, woo. You are a little internet niece now, so you have a lot of support, a lot of fans out here now, and we just hope the best for you. This is an unfortunate situation, but we know that you're gonna be able to get through it.
Right.
If you watch this, hopefully you do.
For sure.
Sending nothing but love and life to you. Love and light, love and light. Here you go, all the love and light. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, y'all. Well, that's going to wrap up today's video. Drop down in the comments. Tell us what you think about all this, that, and the other, this situation. Tell us what you think, or what you would have advised the parents to do in order to kind of lessen the blow and for it not to extend out as long as it did. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Also, while you're down there leaving us a comment, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a big thumbs up. And as always, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.